80% of the work that I do with them is on mindset. And then 20% is them taking actions and staying accountable on it. A lot of the times we have limiting beliefs, we have imposter syndrome, we are unable to manage work and life because we don't set boundaries, we don't take care of ourselves, there is lack of self-care, and that depletes us. And most of the clients I'm seeing right now, I see a pattern who are falling in the same trap. And what I help them with is focusing on more positivity, ensuring they have more sense of self-love and self-worth. And then they find a right balance on focusing on their goals while taking care of themselves. I feel personally that everyone can benefit from having a coach, but my sweet spot is people who are looking for more out of life, who are just not satisfied with what they're doing. You know, they are in a job, but they're not happy. They are in a relationship, but they want more. They know that they have something within them that they can give to the world, but they're not utilizing their potential. So I partner with them to help them unlock their brilliance. That's my tagline. And, it's so nice to see when coaches come to me and say that this was very powerful. You know, you've actually helped me discover myself, and I can do so much more with joy and with love, which I didn't do before. As a coach, my job is to have that space for them, give them that container for them to explore their goals and their vision, and also keep them accountable to believing in their own dreams and then taking inspired action towards their dreams.
Hi, this is Dave Steinberg, and this is the Mortgages Made Easy podcast. We're blessed today to be joined by Anshuma Arora Mukkamala. And Anshuma is just this fabulous person that I had the opportunity to meet on a webcast about a month ago already. She is a life coach. I was just so impressed by her presence, by how centered she is, and by the joy that she brings. Her business is called Your Purposeful Coach, and she focuses her business on helping individuals achieve their potential. Did I get that right?
Absolutely. You know, it's so amazing to be here with you. First of all, Dave, thank you for this opportunity. It was a wonderful experience meeting you and connecting with you recently, and talking more about my new coaching practice that I have. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, Anshuma, it means the symbol of brightness, first ray of light. And that's what I try to exude wherever I go. And I have seen the potential of coaching in my own life. When I first studied at Columbia University, I took a couple of coaching courses. And then when I hired a life coach myself about 4 years ago, and I saw the transformation I had in my own life, and I was like, what am I doing in my HR role? Here I am supporting my leaders and managers. And what I love the most is coaching them become a better versions of themselves. So why am I doing only a part of my job when I can do it full time and help others achieve their goals? And so that's where my journey in coaching began. I did a life coaching certification. I'm working with a lot of different clients right now, mostly women in the mid to senior roles in corporates, and some are entrepreneurs as well, and helping them become more aware about their goals, their dreams, And then using different techniques like NLP, mindfulness, looking at neuroscience to how to achieve their goals in a short time, and also helping them have sustainable growth over time. So, mostly one on one coaching and focusing and tailoring on their customized solutions based on what challenges they have in their lives currently, whether it's relationship related challenges, career related challenges, focusing on their purpose and understanding how can they get more out of life.
I love the fact you were telling me about how you made the decision to go into coaching. And if you don't mind, just share it, that you did a spiritual retreat. Tell us that story.
Yeah. So last year in August, I went for a spiritual retreat where I had an opportunity to delve deeper for 3 days on myself, mind, body, spirit. It was from an Art of Living Foundation. It's a global organization that teaches breath work, yoga, meditation, and also finding purpose in life. So I had the opportunity to attend this with 75 brilliant other people in a cohort for 3 days. And we did many activities that pulled ourselves out of our comfort zone. There were small group activities, there were big group activities. There used to be yoga, breathwork, meditation twice a day. It was intense. It started at 7 in the morning, it would end at 10 in the night, and then repeat, rinse and repeat. But in one of the activities, I just had this inclination that I needed to do more. I wanted to be more in the service of people I can support. I have many gifts that I can give them. I was doing extremely well at my last job, and I was very good at corporate. I have very good relationship management skills. I understand the business. I understand what people priorities the leaders have, and how I could support them. But I felt that I had this calling to support more than just one corporate, just one team, and make a bigger impact in the world.
You had a bigger
So
purpose.
that's where, yes. And that's why I call my brand Your Purposeful Coach. I made a declaration about a couple of years ago to one of my leaders that I want to become a coach and I want to impact 1 million people in this life. That's my legacy. Whether it's through a book, whether it's through a podcast, whether it's coming to other people's podcasts, whether it's my writings, my coaching, my group trainings, any keynote speaking engagements. This is my dream. And I see how it has accelerated even within this past 1.5 years or 2 years that I made this declaration.
There's something very powerful about making a declaration, telling somebody else what your dream is. Because now that person can say, well, how close are you to hitting 1 million people? Well, what will it take for you to hit 1 million people? That's amazing.
One step at a time. One step at a time. But I also feel that our brains are rewired to focusing on goals once they become goals. If I have a wish, it is just a wish. But if I make it concrete, then our brain finds ways to help achieve that goal. And that's what I help with my clients as well, in helping them get clarity on their vision in different areas of their life, and then focus on what big goal they have, and then breaking it down into small actionable steps that they can take towards their goals.
So,
and as a coach, as a coach, my job is to have that space for them, give them that container for them to explore their goals and their vision, and also keep them accountable to believing in their own dreams and then taking inspired action towards their dreams.
Got it. So tell us about one of these really challenging sessions that you had and what you went through and how that impacted you.
So in one of the sessions, there were 75 of us. We were divided into 4 groups, and we had to give each other negative compliments, even if we didn't know the person. And we had to keep giving the negative compliments till we actually saw the person break down. And it was hard.
What is a negative compliment?
So saying you're not a good person, you suck at your job, you are not good enough. So, giving them all the self-limiting beliefs that people have about themselves and make it come out of them in a way that when they heard those hurtful things, initially people were like, oh, I'm very strong, it's not going to happen. But we could see even men who were successful, who were courageous, who were amazing at what they did, break down. And, it was sort of a release where people could get rid of those negative emotions just by hearing it out. And then we had to do another exercise to release all those pent up emotions in the body. But I could feel very liberated after I did that exercise. I hate
to hear what you say about me. Oh, no.
You have to go through the process to be able to get to the part where you're ready to receive negative compliments in a way that they did. But it was a very powerful exercise where you became much stronger coming out of it. And
so that's really focused on the other, right? Because you probably have to bring a certain sensitivity to that also, because there's probably a gap between being critical and hurtful and being mindful and knowing the impact of your conversation on someone else.
Yeah. So although it was directed towards the other, but when you're saying those hurtful words, somewhere within your own life, you're searching, where am I lacking? Is it something that's resonating with me as well?
Okay.
So there's a deep psychological impact to this exercise on yourself as well.
Interesting. So I come to Anshuma and I say, Anshuma, make me a better person. What is your process like?
So I come to you and I ask you very powerful questions.
Like?
First question to you is, what does better person mean to you?
It's an interesting question. And you were kind enough to share one of your tools with me. And so I went through the values tool that you shared, and I found it insightful. I thought I was self-aware, but nevertheless, I got some different insight.
Yeah, we don't get a chance to think about what really matters to us. And that's why the first session, even before the first session, I ask my clients to take that values test just so they can understand what are the values that they really want to focus on in life. And when there is a decision matrix or there's a decision fatigue where you have to have competing priorities, what do you focus on? So that self-awareness piece is very important for me as well as the coachee to go further into the coaching program with me.
And what's the process like? So I meet you, I say, you know what, I really need to achieve a personal breakthrough. what would working together feel like? First of all, do you do it in person? Do you do it over Zoom? How do you work?
So most of my clients are online because
Mm-hmm.
I connect with people from different parts of the US as well as some other countries. I have a client in UK right now. I have a client in Brazil. So just because, I have a global persona, I do attract a lot of global clients. But I do have a few clients locally in the town that I stay in New Jersey. So I do meet with them in person. But coaching works anywhere. It can work on different mediums. So yes, both in person as well as online. So in terms of working with me, we start with having clarity on the values and strengths. Sometimes where people are looking at a change in their career, I do focus on a strength-based assessment by Clifton, Clifton Strength-Based Assessment by Gallup. And these things allow me to get an understanding of what the person values most and what strengths do they have in case they're planning to change their career. Then I do have a wheel of life assessment that I focus on, which gives you a snapshot of different areas of your life. And it's a self assessment where you're looking at where am I currently in these areas, whether it's your career, your relationship, your spirituality, money, your health, your wealth, whatever you want to focus on. And just by doing that small self assessment, where you are and where you want to be, I see the gap. And then we focus on that aspect in one of the coaching sessions. And we look at what is the overarching goal that you want to focus on. Like just before this call, I was on a call with somebody who wanted to focus on relationships as well as looking at change in the career. So I told her, let's focus on one aspect of the thing that you want to change first and see progress in that area, and we can always focus on the other area parallelly. But in a coaching session, I focus on one small aspect of the overarching goal that we are focusing on.
And so if I was to engage you, would it be for how long does a typical coaching session last? Is it is it a month? Is it 3 months? Is it a year? What is the typical trajectory?
So research suggests that it takes at least 60 to 90 days for new habits to form and stick. So I encourage my clients to have at least 3 months, about 8 to 10 sessions during that time. And I have seen amazing success with different colleagues and people that I'm working with go through the process. And I bring in different tools and techniques basis what the client needs. So I meet them where they are, and I bring my knowledge from different sources in the service of the client. So,
can you share a recent success? What does a success feel like? What does it look like?
So when the client knows that they have, seen a major difference in their life, mostly it's mindset related. 80% of the work that I do with them is on mindset. And then 20% is them taking actions and staying accountable on it. A lot of the times we have limiting beliefs. We have imposter syndrome. We are unable to manage work and life because we don't set boundaries. We don't take care of ourselves. There is lack of self-care. And that depletes us. And most of the clients I'm seeing right now, I see a pattern who are falling in the same trap. And what I help them with is focusing on more positivity, ensuring they have more sense of self-love and self-worth. And then they find a right balance on focusing on their goals while taking care of themselves.
Cool.
As a mindfulness-based stress reduction practitioner, I also bring in a lot of mindfulness techniques. I'm also a breathwork expert. So what different tools and techniques my clients need at different points, I help them with it.
Interesting. So, talking about you for a moment, what are you passionate about outside of the world of coaching?
Oh, so many passions I have. I love to travel. I love exploring different countries, different cultures, different cuisines. I've traveled across 4 different continents, 25 plus
Wow.
countries. And everywhere I go, I find something new that really excites me. I'm very curious. I go to LATAM countries a lot. So I've picked up Spanish. I take
Oh,
Spanish
wow.
lessons. Once a week, I take Spanish lessons locally in my library with some other moms. And I've been doing it for almost 1.5 years now. And I also supplement my daily practice with Duolingo. So, learning a new language. Recently, I picked up learning guitar.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So that's another passion I have, which, I used to play guitar as a teenager, but I lost that passion somewhere down the line. But I realized I needed to have this music fill my soul again. And that's what I'm doing. My son goes for guitar and drums classes. And while he's doing his drums lessons, I take the guitar lessons in the same place.
How old is your son?
He's going to be 11 this coming
Oh,
Monday,
wow.
actually. Yeah. A preteen already, but still likes to snuggle and get his hugs from me. So it's a nice sweet spot.
Great. So let's go back. What does a perfect client look like? If I was walking down the street and I saw somebody, how would I know that that was the perfect person who needed your help? Or does everyone need your help?
See, I feel personally that everyone can benefit from having a coach. But my sweet spot is people who are looking for more out of life, who are just not satisfied with what they're doing. They are in a job, but they're not happy. They are in a relationship, but they want more. They know that they have something within them that they can give to the world, but they're not utilizing their potential. So I partner with them to help them unlock their brilliance. That's my tagline. And, it's so nice to see when coaches come to me and say that this was very powerful. You've actually helped me discover myself, and I can do so much more with joy and with love, which I didn't do before.
This has been fabulous. Well, Anshuma, this has been a really great experience. How would I find, if someone were looking for you, did you say that you're on Instagram and that's the best way for people to find you right now?
Yeah, I have my new Instagram page, Your Purposeful Coach. I'm also very active on LinkedIn by the name Anshuma Arora Mukkamala. And people can also reach out to me on anshuma@yourpurposefulcoach.com.
Well, this has been so delightful. Thank you so much for taking the time. I think I've learned something just by listening to you. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dave. Have a good day.